Hi guys, to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today we're making Mediterranean style air fried chicken that's ready in under 30 minutes. It's going to be crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, and perfect for summertime entertaining or really warmer weather when you don't want to run your oven and you don't feel like standing outside and grilling outside, yet you do want juicy chicken. Take out the air fryer. It's used for much more than French fries, as I've just recently discovered. Let's get started. So I'm using bone-in, skin-on chicken quarters. It's my favorite cut of meat. They stay really juicy, and they're pretty cost-effective. Now, my air fryer fits only 4 pieces at a time, and I have a bigger batch here. I have about 9 pieces. So we're going to do this in about a little over 2 batches, but that's fine. We have a lot of mouths to feed here. So before we start, the first thing I do is I just cut some slits into the chicken so that way the marinade can go all throughout. And you want to make sure that if you wash your chicken, I know there are some people who don't like to wash chicken, but if you do, make sure you pat it dry so that way the marinade can stick to it. So I'm going to continue cutting slits into the chicken, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so I always put a bunch of paper towels underneath, and then I also like to pat the chicken on top. The drier you can get it, the better, the crisper it's going to get once it's air frying, and the better the marinade and the spices and everything is going to stick to it. So the recipe online is going to be for 4 pieces of chicken, and it's going to have the exact measurement for the spices and everything. Over here, I'm going to go a little bit heavy-handed, but that should not worry you. So we're going to start off with the juice of a whole lemon. Now, you can use the juice of a whole lemon for even just 4 pieces. I only have 1 lemon left, so I'm going to do lemon juice and a little bit of red wine vinegar. You can do balsamic vinegar, white vinegar, whatever you have on hand. And it also adds depth of flavor when you get the acidity from the lemon and the vinegar. I like it. So we got the lemon and the vinegar on there. Then we're going to go with the salt. You always want to season very well with salt. That's where all of the flavor comes from. A few crushed red pepper flakes if you like a little bit of heat. If you don't, just leave them out. Some freshly cracked black pepper. Then we're going to add some ground coriander. I like to do a tablespoon on each side. Ground cumin adds lots of nice warmth. Now you could do grated garlic or garlic powder. I like to do the garlic powder just because it gets distributed really evenly and it mixes well with all the other dry seasonings, but fresh grated garlic is just really going to add so much more flavor, so use that if you want. I would do about a tablespoon for 8 pieces. Then this is sumac. So I get it from my local Middle Eastern grocery store. It's tangy and it adds really nice color too. I just love it. If you don't have it, if you can't find it, just feel free to leave it out. Then I have some dried oregano. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flour to one side. Now, there are lots of people that recommend putting baking soda and baking powder on the chicken to get it crispier. I did try it, but I really did not care for the flavor that it left behind. It left sort of like a bitter taste, even though I always use aluminum-free baking soda and baking powder. So I don't recommend it, but some people love it. So if you want to give it a try, you can add about a teaspoon of baking powder to the flour and see if you like it. So I'm going to flip everything over and I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side, all of the same exact seasonings. So everything is seasoned. Now you just want to make sure that it's coated well. So go ahead and toss it a few times around in the seasoning and just on top of each other, just so that way everything can be properly seasoned and distributed. And if you notice there's not a drop of oil in this, that's what I love about cooking things in the air fryer. You don't need any oil, or sometimes you just need a tiny bit of it. And that's it. It's ready for the air fryer. So the basket holds 4 pieces. I'm just going to put them in here. fryer, let me know which one you have because I am currently looking for one. And if I find one, I'll definitely let you guys know. So here they are in here laying flat. Now they're gonna go in, the basket's gonna go back in. Just turn the power button on. If yours automatically turns on, that's fine. I set it to 400 degrees and for 20 minutes. And then I just let it cook. So in 28 minutes, the chicken is ready. Now I do have the second batch going on in here because we had 3 extra pieces. I thought we had more than that. The chicken is crisp on the outside, perfectly cooked and juicy on the inside. And I did make Mediterranean rice pilaf, a nice lemony rice pilaf on the side with some orzo. So that's ready to go. If you have some tzatziki and a Greek salad, that's all you need and your family will be really happy. It is time to do the taste test, but before we do that, let me just show you how juicy and perfectly cooked it is on the inside. When I pull it apart, you'll see that there's no blood, but it's also really nice and juicy. It's not dry. And let me let you hear the skin, how crispy it is. I don't know if you can hear that with the machine running, but that is some crispy, good, juicy skin. Juicy, but that is some crispiness over there. So let's take a little bite. I'll take a little bit of rice and a little bit of chicken. So comforting, so delicious. Not a drop of oil in it. Not that I'm against oil, you guys. You guys do know that I love my olive oil. I love my butter. But if I can get all this flavor with fewer calories and fewer oil, why not? The basket separates and all of the oil drips down to the bottom, and as you can see, there is a fair amount of oil in there. So that's just the magic of this machine. If you guys want to get one, this is not sponsored in any way, so I'll find some good ones on Amazon, some links, and I'll link them on the blog post. You could check it out along with the rest, get this whole recipe on Dimitra'sDishes.com. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have an air fryer that fits more than 4 pieces of chicken. Put your recommendations down below. I'd love to see them because I'm looking for a bigger one. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.